Hi guys, microphone review time. Today we're going to be taking a look at this, the Fifine Ampligame AM6 microphone. They were kind enough to send it out to me. So this is the microphone we're going to take a look at today. We're going to unbox it, plug it in, have a go with it. Currently I am already using a Fifine microphone, but we're going to be changing it up today and we're going to be using this one. On Amazon, this microphone is listed in the UK for £59.99, and in America, I believe it is $57.99, £60 or $58 basically. A condenser microphone. It is USB-C, but the thing I really like the idea of is that this is listed for noise cancelling, so we're going to test how good it is at noise cancellation, which is important if you're in a loud room or you have like an aircon running or anything like that. That's something I really want to test. But also, it has this built-in sort of knob. That's a fun word to say. It has this built-in knob adjuster for controlling chat versus game, I think. So that's going to be an interesting feature to check out. Look forward to having a look at how exactly that works. But today, that's what we're doing. We're going to be unboxing this and taking a look. So, I don't want to waste anybody's time here. Shall we unbox this thing, shall we? So, Fifine have sent me out a bunch of their microphones before, and I have always genuinely been impressed about how their microphones perform for the price that they're at. So, we've got a whole manual. Big old manual here, instructions on how to use and how to set up and stuff, which we might have to refer to, but I tend to try and avoid referring to them just because I try and be a clever boy and just do it without knowing. There you go, here's the microphone. It's all together. It's all on a little stand and it's all nicely together and stuff. And it's a bit floppy. It's a bit of a floppy one. We'll just tighten that up a bit there. So there we go. So obviously we speak into the side here. It does have a pop filter to get rid of all those plosives. Other than that, in the box, we've got a lovely USB-C to USB-A cable. I'm not going to use this one because actually the mic I'm using currently is also plugged in USB-C. So even easier for me to set this up is I'm going to unplug this and plug this in, and we're going to go from there. So if you give me a couple minutes, I will get this set up and we will see how it sounds. Test. Okay. You should be able to see that the microphone is now plugged in. You should be able to hear me as well. I can't actually hear myself, which I don't know if it's an issue I'm having or it's something I've not done yet, and we're going to have to resort to the to looking at the manual already. Already we're going to have to look at the manual, I think. I have this kind of positioned higher than I would normally have it, just so that you guys can see it. But it is working and plugged in now, which is good. So, red, microphone is muted, so there's a mute button on the end that turns this light that you can't see on the front red. Headphone jack. Okay. Gain. Yeah, that's just the game. Right, that's middle. It's kind of got like this game to chat dial has like a stopping point in the middle that you can feel, which is really nice. It's like tactile. Game application settings. Okay, Fifine game. Okay, so I see how this is supposed to work with the in-game and chat balance. I understand. So what I'm seeing with this microphone is that it has two inputs basically. So it has one called Fifine Game and one called Fifine Chat, which means that I can have Fifine Chat assigned to, say, Discord, and I can have Fifine Game assigned to my game. So the audio comes in from the game, and that is the game section. And then the chat section is the chat section. And then this volume knob will turn up or down the games. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. It's a very simple system. I get it. So this is full volume. Okay. What does this button do? Oh. I see what it's done there. It has removed a lot of background noise. It certainly has a sound. Whereas when I take it off, I feel like that's much more my voice. So that's the noise cancellation, which it definitely makes a difference to the voice, and it does make it sound a bit more like I'm on a phone call, like you're speaking to someone through the phone, at least what I'm hearing right now. And maybe that's something that can be changed in the edit, like after the fact, or you can add some filters and stuff on your OBS on your stream to get that to sound less muffly. It's kind of a bit muffled, but I guess that does remove a fair amount of background noise, which we will test in a minute because I have an aircon here which I really want to put on because it's hot, and I've decided to wear a beanie. We will test that in a minute. We will put that on and we will see how well that button does at actually removing that kind of background noise. Okay, I fixed the live hearing me thing. I fixed it. I bloody fixed it. Okay, so this is quite important. You have to go into the headphone options, into like Fifine chat, and you have to unmute the microphone. The microphone was muted, so I had to unmute that, and now I can hear myself. And it's not delayed. It sounds fine. Oh my goodness. Now that that's done, that has solved the one thing that was confusing the heck out of me. So if I play this, you should be able to hear this. Yes. So you can hear this song. That is playing on one layer, one input effectively, and then this one is playing on a different input. Okay? So if I play them both at the same time, it's going to sound horrible. Now theoretically, what I should be able to do here, they're both playing, sounds horrible. I should be able to just... I can just turn that. I can only hear one of them now. I can just hear the jaunty jazz, and then we turn it the other way completely. This is on the middle. I can hear both of them kind of equally. And now I can fully hear the more BT hip-hop track, I guess it is. I don't know. I'm going to stop this now. It's going to be a pain to edit, so I've stopped both of those. So, effectively, what that does is it gives you two input channels. So you put Discord on one, you put your game or your entire PC sound on the other one. You can alter between having your friends louder or the game louder, depending on what situation, just by turning this knob. It's kind of like having a mixer, but without having to have a mixer, because it's kind of all built into the microphone. Now that I've sorted out the fact that I can actually hear myself, which was an important thing I had to sort out, it sounds really nice. In terms of the gain on the microphone, I have it at half. I will turn it up fully. This is what it sounds like full volume, which is actually not too bad. There is a little bit of background noise. There is a computer on and, you know, stuff like that, so you are going to hear a bit of background noise. If I, like, type on my keyboard, I guess, if I just... Like, you're going to hear that. You can hear me typing just on the arrow keys in the background. Let's have a look at the noise cancelling button. So I'm going to turn this back down to halfway, which is, I feel like this is like a comfortable place for it to be. And I'm going to turn on the noise reduction and we'll try the keyboard again. So this is what it sounds like with noise reduction. It does sound a little weird. I think it sounds a little strange. You're still getting that. You're still getting the keyboard. I mean, it does in theory work. It is picking up less background noise, but it is sort of altering my voice in a way that I don't really like the sound of it. Like, to me, this sounds like me, and this sounds better, but it's altering it. So the big test, like I said, for this is if I can put this aircon unit that is next to me on and it not sound awful. So if I turn this down a little bit, I've turned me down a little bit. Slightly under halfway on the gain. I've turned up me hearing me a little bit so I can hear it. So I'm going to turn on the aircon and give it a second to kick in. Okay, the aircon is on now. So if I stay silent, that is the background noise with the aircon on, which I generally don't use while I'm recording or making a video if I can help it, because I know that it does add background noise, which is not ideal. So let's try using the noise cancelling button to see if we can get rid of that. So it has got rid of it. Okay, well, the aircon is off now. So all in all, honestly, it does sound good. Now that I've sort of fixed the little problems that occurred in my setup that meant that I couldn't hear myself, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I do like the fact it has the two inputs that you can have the chat and the game, and you can balance that. That is very nice. If you're looking for something simple that can do that, where you don't have to get a mixer, it is all done through the microphone, then I get that. In terms of the noise cancelling, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that, and I don't feel like I'm going to know exactly if I'm right in what I'm saying until I've edited the video and heard it back after it's been recorded, because that might be different to how I'm hearing it right now. Now, supposedly I'm getting a live feedback. It's just whether that does sound any different. I don't know. I don't expect it to. Generally, what I'm hearing live feedback through a mic is what I get in the edit, but it's always a little different. I can spend a little more time and pick through it a little bit more. For the price it is, it's not a bad microphone. This sounds nice. This isn't picking up too much background noise. I think it's good, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to badmouth this microphone. I think it's good for what it does. I think the fact that it has this balancing feature in it is nice. Everything else is very much a microphone. Pretty much all mics have it. They all have a live feedback, a live listen back that you can plug your headphones in. That's standard. Adjusting the volume of your headphones is, again, quite standard. The gain knob, again, standard. Lights, again, quite standard. A lot of these Fifine microphones have it. This one has it, the one that I use normally. But this is a dynamic microphone. So the difference here for me is I have chosen to use a dynamic microphone because in themselves they pick up less background noise. Now this is not a dynamic microphone, so it is going to naturally pick up a little bit more background noise than this will. So I'm comparing two things together which are designed for different things. All in all, it is a good microphone. I think it sounds good. Fifine have sent me the microphone. They haven't told me I have to say nice things, because in that case I wouldn't have accepted the deal. I have to be able to say what I think, and if I think that, you know, there are some things that I don't particularly like the noise cancellation, I don't particularly like the sound of it, I should be free to say that, and I am free to say that, so I have said that, and that will be included in my video. You know, I want them to do well. I really do enjoy their microphones, and I think of it more as a positive feedback. It's saying, I don't like this feature doesn't really sound right, maybe it needs tweaking or rethinking for the future, which I think it probably does. I don't know in what situation you're going to sacrifice that sound of your voice in order to cut off background noise. Honestly, I really don't know, because it sounded so much like being on a phone call, so much like a very low quality microphone. And this microphone isn't. It sounds nice when you don't have that feature on, but when you put that feature on, it really drops the quality of the microphone, as well as taking out the background noise. But if you're taking out the background noise and affecting the speech, is there any point? Here's the thing. I feel like if you're wanting to get rid of that much background noise, you clearly have a lot of background noise, in which case you probably want to look more at a dynamic microphone, which will reduce the amount of background noise it takes anyway. Like, I don't feel like this kind of microphone is what you're going for, especially if you're planning on using that noise cancelling button to remove that background noise, because it just has such a detrimental effect on the voice quality. At least for my voice, it might be different for people's voices. There you go, guys. Links will be in the description. I recommend you go check it out. I mean, Fifine have a whole bunch of microphones, and you know, I love to look at them and I love to check these ones out. I probably will be just going back to my normal microphone, this Fifine one, which again, it took me a while. It took me reviewing a good few Fifine microphones before I settled on actually using this as my microphone. Audio is a difficult thing for me. It's not something I'm hugely nerdy in. I don't exactly know everything. This is very much this is a use case from somebody who isn't, you know, I'm an average person in terms of audio. I guess I do probably know a little bit more than average, but please, you know, forgive me a little bit on that. I'm just trying to give you a general view of what a microphone sounds like. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and do subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. If you want to check out some of my other reviews on microphones, then go check them out. There's a whole bunch on my channel. Bunch of Fifine microphones, bunch of other microphones. I've got too many microphones. I sorted my office out the other day. Too many microphones. Too many to use. So there we go. I will see you guys next time.